How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope that you guys are all having a great day. If you guys would, please give this video a thumbs up if you guys do really enjoy it. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit the bell notification button. That way you guys do not miss out on future videos or streams here on the channel. And I apologize. I know the audio for this video is probably awful. Unfortunately, this is the setup that I could best come up with when it comes to doing a how to play video for this type of game, making it where you can actually see the board of sorts and be able to see me and hear me the best of my abilities. It doesn't matter if I use my mic, which you probably can see in the corner, but I'm running the mic from the camera because it doesn't matter if I use the mic that I actually have purchased. It's just the gigantic basement that I am in that I can film this in for you guys. So the audio is probably garbage. I apologize for that in advance. But this is going to be a showing you guys live in person how to play Codenames. Now, if you haven't watched my unboxing video, I did a brief summary of how you play this game. But this is going to be an extensive video showing you guys how to play this if you guys haven't played this yet. And just to recap, you guys can get this from places like Myers in person, or if you guys want, you guys can get this off of Amazon, Walmart, things of that nature. And it's on average, it's going to cost you about $12 to buy. So I've already got the game pretty much pre-set up for you guys, and I'm going to show you guys how a turn would normally play out if you were playing this with obviously 4 or more people. Now, this is a red versus blue type of game. So I've already got all my agent cards in here. I've got the 5x5 set up already for the cards that you're going to be playing with. And then I've already got the key card set up here. So each game has one key card that reveals the secret identities of the cards on the table. And the Spy Masters should choose the key card randomly. And there is a selection of them and slide it into the stand. So I'm going to be playing as the Spy Master here, over here, and then everybody else that would be playing would be where the camera is at the moment. So you technically are going to be helping me play this video and play the game here. Now the key card corresponds to the grid on the table. So if you see a blue space here on the key, that would represent the key that is down here. If there's a red spot here, it would correspond to one of these tile cards down here. So blue squares correspond to blue team, and red squares represent red team. The pale empty squares that is on the key represents the bystanders here. And then of course, obviously the black white X would correspond to the assassin. So, the starting team, the team that gets to go first, corresponds to the 4 colored markers on the outer edge. So obviously this one here, I don't know if you guys can see it, is blue. So blue team gets to go first. Now, like I said during the unboxing part of this video, you do have a total of 5 different types of tiles. You've got the bystander cards, which are empty. You've got the ones for red team. You have the blue team cards, you have the assassin, you also have the one double-sided agent card. Now you flip the double agent card to the team's color, and it will be to whichever team starts. So if blue team is starting, you want it to be flipped to the blue side. Spy Masters know the secret identities of all 25 agents. Their teammates know the agents only by their code names. So like I said, you're playing as the teammates parts. Now the Spy Masters, me, get to take turns giving one-word clues. A clue can relate to multiple words on the table. The field operatives, you guys, try to guess which words their Spy Master meant. When the field operative touches a word, the Spy Master reveals its secret identity. If the field operative guesses correctly, they can continue guessing until they run out of ideas for the given clue, or until they hit a wrong person. Then it is the other team's turn to give a clue and guess. The first team to contact all of their agents wins this game. Now, let's say, for example, I'm going to look down here. I know you guys probably can't see it, but just for fun's sake, I'm going to think of, based on what's down here, I'm going to say country 3. And the reason I said country 3 is that down here there are 3 separate countries. There's Germany, England, and America. So I said one word with a number associated with it. So what you guys would have to do is guess, based on the one word and the number I said, what does that correlate to that is on the board. Now you would point your finger, let's say for example down on, let's say you said you put it down on England, then I would get to be like, correct, because it matches what corresponds here. England is blue, and let's say you pick Germany, and you can go again. And let's say you go for the third one, you figure out that it's America, blue again. And after that, if you want, you guys can still keep going. Now obviously there isn't any more clues for me to give as the spy master, and I can't give you any more numbers associated with, so you would be playing in the dark if you wanted to. Now obviously you could stop there. Now you don't have to do all 3. If you could only figure out, let's say for example, one of the 3, you could still do that, and then your turn would end, and then you would switch it over to the next team. Now let's say for example you guessed, for example, something that matched on here, what would be an innocent bystander that is empty. It's not the assassin, it is not for red team, and it's not for blue team, it's just an empty spot. And on here on the board, the middle one right here is a bystander. Now if you pick that, you would still have to put the innocent bystander down there, and that would end your turn. So even if you got 1, 2, or 3, after what I just said, you would go there, put that piece down, and it would end your turn. Now, for example, we're playing blue team. Let's say, for example, you guess incorrectly and you pick a spot down here that correlates to red team, which would be Atlantis, for example. Your turn would end for blue team. Red team gets to put their piece down, which helps them advance to collect. Now you might be wondering, what do you do with the double agent card? Now if you guys remember, blue team for this tile here for the key is making it where blue team goes first. There is only a total of 8 red and 8 blue tokens. So what would end up happening is that because blue team gets to go first, there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue tiles on the key, while there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red tiles corresponding to these. So what that allows this spy master to be is the 9th piece that you would put down here on the board to correlate. So that is how you play the game, and you take turns doing so. Now the spy masters, like I said, they're going to be taking turns whether that's for blue or for red team. And the game can end in 2 ways. The game ends when one team has all of their words covered up that corresponds to this key piece. And it is possible, like I said and I showed you, that you can actually end up helping the enemy team. The second way that the game can end is that if your team ends up picking one of the cards that corresponds to the key of where the assassin is, your team will lose. So let's say, for example, we're still playing one blue team, and on our turn, you guys don't end up picking the correct spot that I suggested based on the one word and the number that I gave you guys to guess for what is here. And you guys end up picking the assassin spot. Well, for this key here, the assassin is dead smack in the middle. Now, if you pick it, the assassin key gets put down, and the team that picked the assassin spot loses, so blue team would have lost the game and red would have won automatically. So you want to avoid trying to pick, when you're the spy master, giving a clue to the assassin spot. You want to avoid that so the game doesn't automatically end. And the assassin spot can be picked at any time. So that is how this game can end up taking 10, 15 minutes, or the game could end in 2 to 3. So you want to be careful about that. Now, a lot of you guys might be wondering when you guys get the game, what is the timer for? It is to make it where if somebody's taking way too long, you guys can all be in agreement, everybody that is playing the Spy Masters and everybody over there that is guessing, you guys can put this timer down for them to guess. You can also use this timer for the Spy Masters to come with clues so the game doesn't take so long to play. Now, a thing that you need to be aware of when it comes to this game is the clue rules, because obviously the English language can be very strict and it can also be very loose when you're playing the game. So for example, you need to all be in agreement if you're going to be using compound words such as greenhouse, pack rat, mother-in-law. You also need to be in agreement if you're going to be allowing proper names like George for like George Washington, George Bush, New York. Same thing for acronyms like CIA or abbreviations like PhD, laser, radar, sonar, and rhymes and homonyms. So like, snail or knight is night or snail is male. You have to keep that in reality. Also, you need to understand. Lastly, guys, you need to understand that there is a rule that you are allowed to use the number 0 as part of your clue. For example, feathers, 0 means none of the words are related to feathers. So you can use 0 if you wish to. Another rule that you need to understand if you guys want to agree to this is unlimited. So sometimes you have multiple unguessed words related to clues from the previous round. And if you want your team to guess more than one of them, you could say unlimited instead of a number. For example, feathers unlimited. The disadvantage is that the field operators don't know how many words are related to the new clue, and the advantage is that they may guess as many words as they want. So you need to keep that in mind. And this is, like I said, this is for the version for the 4 or more players. I am not going to be showing you guys in this video the 2-player version or the 3-player version, because this is obviously a party game and I would recommend that you guys play it with 4 people. If you guys have any questions about this game, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. We look forward to more content coming out soon. Bye, guys.